Well, good evening, everybody. I just had dinner, a little bit of dessert, got something left of a beer, and figured I'm just so sick of hearing all this crap about oh Trump, what a great guy he is. He saved 1,000 jobs a carrier. Well, he's done nothing because those 1,000 jobs where the people already have been told that there's 1,400 of them, that 400 of them are gone regardless. Those jobs will not be saved. Then, on top of that, that these others have been told that they'll get a pay cut and they'll have to pay more for their health insurance. So here's people that made a decent living. They're making the better paid ones are making $22 an hour, which is a little over 44,000 a year. That they're going to take a pay cut and they're going to have to pay more of their own health care, and at the same time get a $7 million layout on their tax break from the state. Now, how in the hell carrier can't lose? It's probably cheaper for them to take the tax break, cut the salary, cut the health benefits, and maintain these people making. Well, they said they were supposed to be air conditioners, but they actually make heaters there. So Trump goes around boasting that he kept one of his pledges, when in fact that every month there's hundreds of thousands of jobs that are lost and hundreds of thousands of jobs that are created. And he's supposed to go around, we think that he's going to try to muscle everybody. Well, if he muscles everybody, the states are going to go belly up because they can't afford to give these tax breaks. They got to have revenue themselves. Now, the other thing that nobody's talking about is taxing robots. We have got we are very productive, and that our greatest productivity is coming now from the use of robots, not the people doing more, each individual one of them, but people doing less, and artificial intelligence and robotics and 3D printing doing more. So we either have to find a way to tax these machines, or we're never gonna have enough money in Social Security or Medicare to take care of the people as they get up in years. The other thing is that not one of them has covered the fact that robotics, that 47% of the work done in this country can be and will be replaced by some kind of machine, whether it's through artificial intelligence, through software, or through robotics, or through virtual reality, you training people that way and all, or through 3D printing, where you don't, you have a machine that manufactures not just one thing, but an infinite number of things. So we are in for a decline, and the education these people need are people that write software, people that write algorithms. Those are the jobs that are going to be in demand in the future. But there will not be these physical jobs. They will be eliminated. And as I said, it's been estimated that 47% of the jobs in this country can be eliminated by robotics and 3D printing. Those two industries alone, and neither one of which creates jobs. They eliminate jobs. Robots can build robots. 3D printers can build anything. So this is the thing that everybody's ignoring. And in places like Africa, it's even worse. Some countries, 89% can be replaced by robotics and technology. Now, what happens then? Well, the whole world is going to have to settle on something that is very similar to this, and that is every citizen of the world, and we'll deal with it on an American scale now, and every citizen of America will receive some form of a remittance from the government, enough to maintain them, to keep them at a standard of living where they don't revolt and go fucking bug shit crazy, you know, because they're not going to be jobs out there. But yet they'll look at less than 2% of the population now feeds the rest of the country. All right, but back in the 1800s, it was 70-80%. You know, that the few people that lived in cities then were fed because it didn't take 100% of the people to feed 100% of the people. But now it only takes 2%. And there's crazy. I mean, now I just showed an article the last time, the other night to somebody where they've made it, using a 3D printer, they've made a pizza. Now that wasn't the goal. The goal was to prove that they could make food with 3D printing. And they do it now in some very expensive chocolate shops and shit like that. But it'll become more and more common, and people will be using it in space travel and in confined areas and, you know, in a lot of places, maybe in the Arctic or someplace where they can't rush out to a grocery store. But what it's proving is that we can take very basic stuff and make tasty stuff. And we can take machines now, within 10 years, the majority of trucks, I think, in this country will be self-driven. They'll just take a satellite setting and off you go. And who knows, with drones and everything, whether or not UPS will only have to deliver the heavy stuff. They'll take a setting with a drone and drop it off. You know, they do those things now with medicine and stuff that costs a lot of money, but each year those things come down in price. So we are in a job shortage future. And the only way is to deal with it realistically and start dealing with it now. Otherwise, as I said before the end of this century, we will have not tens of millions, we will have hundreds of millions of people migrating out of Africa, trying to get into Europe or trying to get into this country. And if we don't devise some worldwide system that maintains people and it keeps them from being in a state of revolution, you know, then we're in for some very, very tough times. And nobody is dealing with this, and no politician will come within a mile of it.